This is Positive Tiger Gamer, aka Red Emergency, and Willie Swiftclaw coming back at you with a very special furry related video that I'm calling Fursona Showcase, where I'm highlighting my two personas, Red Emergency and Willie Swiftclaw. So, folks, hopefully you enjoy this. This is being recorded on Tuesday, November 14th, 2023 at 4:07 in the evening in the Eastern Standard Time. So let's get into it. Starting off with my first persona that I named Red Emergency. Pretty much Red Emergency was originally an adoptable persona that I received from a lovely minty chip mocha. Sorry I butchered that. Persona base, and I decided to change the color palette around and modify it a little bit from the light blue and black colors to a darker blue, red, and yellow color scheme. And back in August of 2023, so I got the adoptable OC base on October 18th and did some editing work for that, as you'll see with the reference picture. The reference sheet that you're seeing was created on my birthday, September 27th, 2023, and was finished October 2nd, 2023, by the same person who gave me the adoptable character base. She is a phenomenal person. I would highly recommend, if you need a reference sheet, go look her up on SD. She is a very wonderful person to work with in that. So yeah. My second persona, Willie Swiftclaw. A very fun story. But before I get into it, real quick note: if you want to hear more backstory of Red Emergency, go check my video that I did for Red Emergency. I am going to be updating his backstory for Red Emergency, so stay tuned for that. But my second persona, his name is Willie Swiftclaw. Originally, back at the beginning of 2023, I originally was inspired by the furry fandom to do it for a Halloween costume, but I decided, well, instead of doing it for a Halloween costume, let me just turn it into a persona, because I have Red Emergency, who's my online persona character, which I'll get to in a minute. And I wanted to do a community appearance persona character. So that's where Willie Swiftclaw comes in. As you can tell by the reference sheet, made by Flint the Possum from Flint's Fur Shop, also on SD. Phenomenal person to work with. Very easy. The transition from the start to finish was very phenomenal. And that, as you can see, he is wearing a detective outfit and not wearing a detective outfit, just to show it. The reference sheet was created November 2nd and was finished on November 4th. He is my actual original character. I created him with some help from an instructional book on how to create a practice drawing. So between the two of them, Red Emergency represents my public safety role that I perform for my community. Currently does not have a fursuit made, but is my online persona that I put out there for you all to enjoy, like you see now in the video and on YouTube and everywhere else. And Willie Swiftclaw brings out my creative writing side, because I'm a creative writer. And I wanted to show that. Wanted to also create a friend for Red Emergency, and that. In just a few minutes, you'll see some photos of Willie Swiftclaw, both at an event that he appeared at for his very first appearance, and his partial fursuit that I own of him. So yeah. As you'll see by these three photos, the fursuit head, the feet paws, and the hand paws and the tail, that is Willie Swiftclaw's partial. When I got him. Funny thing is between the two, you'll see that they both have blue and red. That's because blue is my favorite color, and red kind of shows the heartwarming, compassionate side of me, while the blue shows I'm positive and and showing positivity vibes and that. So they two work really well together. And that. So the feet pus came in first for Willie Swiftclaw outfit, and then the head, the tail, and the hand paws came in afterwards. And just to show you some photos, the two photos you see, one where he's wearing a jacket, the jacket that you saw on the reference sheet, just a little bit less than tan. And without it, that is because that was taken the Friday before Halloween, when my town did a downtown trick-or-treating event. I was at my community's firehouse, where you see on the right, where I'm not wearing the jacket because it was still a bit of warm out and that. And then on the left was my workplace, where I made an appearance because I wanted to show my coworkers. Some of them liked it as a Halloween costume, and then I had to explain to them that no, that's actually partial fursuit. And then he made a second appearance that Saturday for a coworker's son who missed out on an opportunity to see him. And from what Willie informed me, he received over 30 high fours, and to also do and was also in 9 photos. The 9th photo was a very special one because he got to be in a photo with a young furry, and that. So, yeah, which made him so happy and loving and compassionate. So that's where you can see him. Both Willie and Red showed positivity, compassion, and heartwarming comments and supportive traits. The four traits that represent me as a person: heartwarming, compassionate, supportive, and kind person who cares about others and is supportive, and that. So pretty much, yeah. That is actually it for showing off my 2 Fursonas for Red Emergency and Willie Swiftclaw. You will see them also. I have some literature books that I created on Wattpad. The names of them are going to be in the description with a link to go read them over on Wattpad, and that. But before I go, I want to highlight my reason behind why I joined the furry fandom. Originally, before I joined the furry fandom, I was actually a researcher on the topic because I kind of got interested because I'm a fan of anthropomorphic animals, and I wanted to do a little bit more digging because I came across some videos from conventions like Anthrocon, Megaplex, and that were posted on YouTube, and I was like, oh, what's this all about? And I saw it, and then I went, oh, let me go do some research. So I went on a site called Fur Science, link in the description or in the top right-hand corner in the little information bubble, where I did a lot of research along with looking at some Wikipedia articles that were backed by Fur Science and that. So, and then after that, that was at the end of 2022 into 2023. And then I kind of started toying around with, well, what Fursona would I want to create, and that. And that's where Red Emergency came in, because I'm like, well, I'm a public safety responder, and I wanted to create a Fursona where it shows my public safety role, and that hence why Red Emergency is blue, red, and yellow to represent the emergency colors of fire, police, and dispatch. And Willie Swiftclaw, who's blue, gray, and red because of his partial fursuit, plus also my creativity as a writer and that. And folks, I'm going to wrap this all up by saying one very good fact that I found and I believe in is in furry fandom, you don't necessarily need to own a fursuit. There are plenty of hobbies that are within the furry fandom. There are creative writers, role players, gamers, pretty much a whole community that comes out to share interest in anthropomorphic creatures and just to spread some positivity and do some more positivity work, whether at conventions where they're supporting charities and that. So, folks, as a member of the furry fandom, please support the furries. Be positive to them. Please try not to be hateful to them. Their positivity for them. Like, I know we all are entitled to our own opinions, but if you're gonna want to state your argument, back it up with evidence, please. That's all I'm just asking as a fellow furry, and a lot of you fellow furry YouTubers are saying the same thing along those same lines of, just do your research before you make an argument. Like, I understand people may not dislike the furry fandom, but do your research. That's all I'm asking. And then you can maybe understand it, why we love the furry fandom and that, folks. So, folks, on behalf of Red Emergency and Willie Swiftclaw, I'm Positive Tiger Gamer. And for those of you who would want to dig a little bit deeper, my actual name is Will Catches, and I'm proud to say I'm part of the furry fandom as a creative writer and a supportive character who's willing to support any fellow furry who might need some support, whether they're a young furry or an old or furry my age and them. So, folks, I'm going to leave you with one last thing. Furries are passionate, caring people who want to provide a positive vibe to those around you. And that's all they're doing. They want to share positivity. Yes, they had negativity, but all they want now is positivity. And as furries, that's what we're doing. We're sharing positivity moments, and that we get together at conventions to have a good positive time. So, folks, the big kids. Ooh, sorry, I can't without taking a breather. Big key takeaway I would say is from this is, furries are positive, caring people that you want to interact with and get to know. And with that, folks, I'm going to end this video, folks. So, I'm Will Catches, aka Red Emergency / Willie Swiftclaw. And hopefully you all have a positive day, positive evening. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you all on another positive video, folks. You all have a good one, and we'll see you all on another edition, folks. Goodbye.